Great, thank you so much. Matt Mashburn, I was going to say, as a former member of the State Board of Elections, can you give us your perspective on sort of the more historical effect of what sort of Georgia has done, again, to sort of quell these concerns that, in fact, there is sort of rampant voter fraud?
Thank you. Appreciate being here. The interesting point, and I made this point back in 2020, was I went and watched an audit up in, or recount in Bartow County, and what I said was the great paradox of our time is we have the most looked at, accessible, transparent, checked and rechecked election that's ever been possible in Georgia's history, and nobody believed it. So that was the great paradox of the time, is that now we have, in the past we had the machines, and if you wanted to recount, you just, and you suspected the machines had something wrong, you just downloaded the same corrupted data a second time and expected there to be a different result. Well, now we have the paper. And I don't know if y'all know this, and I'm sure that the technology has not gotten worse, but every voter, when I was running campaigns, every voter had a score. Likely Republican vote, likely Democratic vote, and you had a score. And the numbered list of voters who voted at a precinct is public record. And so we could pull up a precinct and know who voted, and we would know within 2 or 3 votes usually what that precinct return was supposed to be. And so when we got this allegation, well, the machines are flipping votes, it's like, I'm not seeing it. And so what, in my view, the great missing piece lately has been the people that were fulfilling the role like I did, saying, I'm not seeing it. Where are those people these days? And so the people that are pushing back, Gabriel's pushing back, Sarah's pushing back, Brian Tyson's pushing back, you're pushing back. In fact, you got accused today that by an anonymous person that you weren't going to count the votes, right? And so you're pushing back. So, you know, we need everybody who has knowledge to support the system and be able to tell people about the safeguards and the protections that are in place. Because usually, and Gabe knows this better than anybody, usually the allegations that something's wrong won't survive an analysis beyond 2 or 3 levels. It's always a very narrow sliver at the top that's barely true. And then you say, and I'll give you the best example. What are you talking about, Mashburn? I'll give you the best example of that. There was an allegation that 2,500 people voted that weren't even registered. And so the question that I asked, the next level of analysis is, the question that I asked is, well, how did you know what ballot to give them? If they're not registered, who should they have voted for county commissioner? Who should they be voting for county surveyor? How did you know what ballot to give them because they're not registered? So that allegation never even made sense to me. So as consumers of the news and voters out there worried about democracy, the first thing I would ask for everybody to do is, does this allegation even make sense? Does this even make sense at all that this allegation could possibly be true? How is it even possible for that to be true? So a couple of ideas to give out there, but the other is the reassurance is, and Sarah talked about this, was there's so many safeguards and there's so many checks and balances and people looking, and there's more people looking than has ever been looking at the results. And we have more capabilities. The ballot images are on the internet now, so any person sitting in their home can look up the ballots and check, and we never had that capability before. So my kind of comment about the democracy is we have better tools to check and make sure we have fair elections than we've ever had. So let's make use of them, and you'll feel better.
Great, thank you.